Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to this year's IPR Forum themed Advancing Innovation with Openness. My name is Dominic Wallace, and on behalf of Huawei, we are delighted to be joined by industry leaders and media members, both live here in Beijing. You can enjoy the event in English and Chinese via your headset, as well as everyone watching on the global live stream on the Chas Park event mini-site, which includes simultaneous interpretation in 8 different languages. Huawei places great importance on research and innovation and remains committed to the path of open innovation. Today, we will hear from distinguished guests and experts in global innovation and intellectual property and witness the exclusive release of Huawei's 6th edition of its top 10 inventions. So, without further ado, to deliver the forum's opening remarks, please welcome to the stage Huawei's Chief Legal Officer, Dr. Song Liuping.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, and welcome to Huawei's Innovation and IP Forum. Today, we are honored to invite IP experts from around the world to explore how openness fuels innovation. We will also share the winners of our Top 10 Inventions Award. Open innovation drives society and technology forward, and is important to us too. Fundamental research and innovation are the heart of our business, and we are committed to an open approach for both. Huawei innovates based on 2 core drivers: science and technology, and our customers' needs. With this approach, we are working hard to create more value for customers and society. For the past 5 years, we have invested more than 20% of our revenue into R&D. In 2024 alone, we invested more than 170 billion yuan, about 20.8% of our total revenue. Over the past decade, we have invested more than 1.2 trillion yuan in research and development efforts. More than 200,000 Huawei patents are now in the public domain. Last June, we launched Chas Park patent. It provides an easy way to search for information on all patents worldwide, and is completely free to use. We believe that making patents easy to search can help science and technology to make more progress. In just 1 year after launch, this platform has attracted more than 2 million visits, and it is well received by researchers around the world. Chas Park patent will have major updates this year, and we will share some exciting new features with you later today. Huawei firmly believes that openness and collaboration lead to shared success. So we work with our industry partners to build ecosystems for shared growth. as digital technology evolves, everything will be connected and intelligent. Industries will begin to converge. We are ready to work with all industries to drive this process forward. During this process, sharing technology is critical, and that's why IP protection comes into play. Huawei is one of the largest patent holders in the world. We believe in the power of intellectual property, respecting the IP of others, and also protecting our own, including patents, trademarks, copyrights, and trade secrets. In 2024, our patent licensing revenue was about $613 million. Over the years, the patent royalties we've paid are nearly 3 times more than the royalties we've received. We are committed to building an environment that protects innovation and IP. We work closely with industry partners to promote constructive patent protection. This way, the industry can continue to grow and develop together. We are moving fast towards a fully connected, intelligent world. Both connectivity and computing will be more important than ever, and so we're protecting and rewarding new innovation. No matter what changes come our way, we will remain committed to openness, collaboration, and innovation. We will keep working hard and stay true on our mission to bring digital to every person, home, and organization for a fully connected, intelligent world. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you to Dr. Song Liuping. It's obvious from the opening remarks that Huawei upholds the concept of open innovation and believes in global cooperation to drive the future technological innovation. Next, to provide details about World Intellectual Property Organization, IP and innovation ecosystems, we have a video address from the Assistant Director General of the World Intellectual Property Organization, Marco Aleman.
Mrs. Ningling Wan, President-elect of the Licensing Executive Society International. Mr. Etienne Sanz-Dercedo, CEO of the International Trademark Association. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you. Let me begin congratulating Huawei for organizing this year's Innovation and IPR Forum in Beijing in November 11, 2025, with its focus on innovation, openness, and respect. It is also an occasion to showcase Huawei's top inventions and technological breakthrough. I would like to thank Huawei for inviting me to address the keynote session at this important event that brings together industry leaders, policymakers, and experts to promote a dialogue on innovation and intellectual property that will be relevant globally and nationally. When we look at the state of global innovation, we see a broadly positive picture through the findings of the Global Innovation Index. The GII, and in particular the GII tracker, specifically look at 4 areas: innovation investment, technological progress, technology adoption, and the impact on society and the economy. Regarding innovation investment, overall growth remained historically weak, especially for venture capital. Regarding global and corporate research and development spending, they are at the very high level records, but the growing is a little bit slower than before. Strong growth in pharma and software ICT related innovation, which is contrasted by declines in other fields and in other areas like automobile and construction. Technological progress is robust, led by computing power and, in particular, artificial intelligence and battery related technologies. Technology adoption is rising in all tracked areas, but is growing more slowly than its long term growth and showing a little bit of loss of movement. The impact of innovation on society is mostly positive, with gains in productivity, better health outcomes, and reduced poverty. China is performing very well on innovation. China has risen from the 43rd place in 2010 to the global top tier in the GII, entering the top 10 by 2025 through long-term, sustained effort and innovation promotion. China innovation system is very efficient. It scores higher on innovation outputs like patents and high-tech expo than on inputs, showing it is very efficient at turning investment into results. China is the only middle-income economy in the GII Global Top 30, closing the gap with high-income leaders. China hosts the largest number of top 100 science and technology clusters worldwide, with mega regions such as Shenzhen, Hong Kong, Guangzhou ranking first in this ranking of the world. The Shenzhen authorities kindly organized a visit for me and for my delegation to Huawei Technologies facilities, a fantastic exhibition space that showcased a range of the technologies of the company, spanning from telecommunication equipment, smartphone, laptop, wearables, cloud service, software development, and automotive technology. Thanks to Huawei's director of IPR department for organizing that visit and having this fantastic conversation with us. The country investment is heavy in research and development, and innovation is broad-based, with advances in space, quantum technology, new energy, nuclear power, advanced manufacturing, and biomedicine. China is a global intellectual property powerhouse, leading in patent filing and ranking very high in utility models, trademark, and industrial design. And Huawei's strength in research and development is a strong driver of innovation and a global leader user of WIPO global IP services. Huawei had 6,600 published PCT applications in 2024. This is a phenomenal growth compared to the 249 PCT applications in 2005 and has remained the top user of the PCT system since 2014, with the exception of one only year in 2016, when another company took the first place. Huawei has also been using the Madrid system since 2012 and the Hague system since 2022. I believe the use of these two systems will grow in the years ahead. When companies grow their business and access to new market, they may get also into different IP-related disputes. It is therefore good to mention WIPO's alternative dispute resolution services, which help companies in avoiding costly and time-consuming court cases. With more than 30 years of IP ADR experience, the WIPO Arbitration and Mediation Center has noted a sharp rise in the SIP FRAN ADR case law in recent years. Huawei has recourse to the WIPO mediation and goods services in several SIP and FRAN disputes. I would encourage all industry leaders participating at the forum to consider WIPO alternative dispute resolution services as a good alternative to court litigation. Let me conclude in thanking you all and wishing you and those participants to the forum a very success. Thank you.
A very positive picture painted there regarding the Global Innovation Index findings, R&D investment and patent filings. For anyone wondering why innovation is important for economic growth and how it relies on a robust and inclusive patent system, you're in luck. Today, we have an esteemed economist on hand who has the answers. So to deliver our first keynote speech, please welcome Associate Vice President of the University of Hong Kong, Tang Hei Wai.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor and a great pleasure for me to be here with you today. Thank you, Huawei, for having me to give a keynote speech. I'm an economist. In my field, we have a saying, invention is the mother of economic growth. But to be more precise, the true bedrock of sustainable long-run development is actually productivity growth. This is the most single important driver of prosperity for all economies, especially for advanced economies, in which over half of economic growth has been coming from productivity growth. So now there's a question, right? How to generate productivity growth? Invention or innovation? But when we think of innovation, we often picture scientists working in labs, but the reality is very different. A breakthrough in the lab does not automatically get translated into broader economic and societal progress. The crucial next step is the emergence of great companies like Huawei that possess the engineering prowess, manufacturing scale, and market vision to transform a raw idea into a practical and global product. These companies are the primary engines that commercialize innovation. Yet, for these companies to thrive and for innovation to be incentivized, they rely on a robust ecosystem of professional services. This includes the legal experts who protect the innovation, the valuation specialists who help attract investment, and the licensing brokers who facilitate collaboration. Together, this partnership between world-class companies and sophisticated professional services creates the secure and dynamic environment where creativity is de-risked, investment is attracted, and groundbreaking ideas can successfully reach all of us. We see this principle in action across China, and its success is now globally recognized. According to the World Intellectual Property Organization's 2025 Global Innovation Index, the Shenzhen, Hong Kong, Guangzhou cluster, located in the Guangdong Greater Bay Area, is ranked #1 in terms of innovation in the world. This is not an accident, it is a result of a powerful synergy. Shenzhen's unparalleled prototyping and manufacturing speed, Guangzhou's industrial and trade strength, and obviously Hong Kong's world-class professional services and financial markets. Meanwhile, here in Beijing, we have another world-class ecosystem built on a dense concentration of top universities and national research institutes, fostering deep tech innovation and beyond. In both regions, the Guangdong Greater Bay Area, or in Beijing, or in Hangzhou, and many other places in China, technological leaders have flourished by adopting an openness mindset while benefiting from China's strengthening institutional framework for innovation. Hong Kong, where I'm from, has been playing a very important role in driving the development of the Greater Bay Area. With our world-class legal system, free flow of capital, and deep pools of financial experts, we are poised to become the leading intellectual property financing and trading hub. By creating a trusted marketplace where ideas are recognized as assets, we provide the field to transform them into productive companies and enterprises. Finally, none of this is possible without universities where I'm from. They are the research powerhouses pushing the boundaries of knowledge. They educate the agile minds who will drive future progress. They are the cradle for startup creations, turning academic insights into commercial realities. So to conclude, as an economist, productivity growth driven by innovation is our economic imperative. Let us remember the ultimate goal. It is not about economic metrics or global rankings. It is about what this achievement enable. For example, better healthcare for our families, more fulfilling careers for our undergraduates, smarter solutions for communities, the fusion of scientific creativity, business acumen, and strong institutions is ultimately an investment in people. Therefore, let us work together to champion openness, foster collaboration, and build the frameworks that will facilitate a more creative, resilient, and prosperous society for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Tang Hei Wai. A very interesting angle on the importance of openness and collaboration from an economic perspective there. Next, to further the discussion on IP powering the future of innovation, we turn to our second video address. Let's hear the expert opinions of the CEO of the International Trademark Association, Etienne Sanz de Estedo.
Ladies and gentlemen, very good morning. Very honored to be here at the Forum on Innovation and Intellectual Property under the topic Powering the Future of Innovation. I would like to, of course, congratulate Huawei on the very successful organization of this forum. I would like to particularly thank Alan Fan, head of the IP department at Huawei. And I must confess that when I visited Huawei headquarters back in July of this year, I was tremendously impressed by the innovation, by the commitment to IP from the team, and by the energy I could feel at Huawei headquarters. Of course, INTA, as you probably know, is the largest brand owners organization worldwide. We represent 6,600 organizations from 182 countries, which basically means that we're serving about 38,000 individuals. And INTA being a global organization, your beautiful country is extremely important to us. It's of course one of the largest and leading economies of the world, but it's also a key source of innovation, pioneering on artificial intelligence. And it's a priority market for INTA. In fact, the first rep office that INTA ever opened was in China back 22 years ago. INTA counts on more than 2,500 volunteers in China, split in between more than 60 corporations and more than 200 law firms. And our priorities in your country are very simple and very complicated. We want to support Chinese brands going global. We want to help international companies doing business in China. And we're very interested in providing comments, recommendations to the always evolving IP landscape in China. Now, since the topic is about innovation, let's talk a little more about IP and innovation. IP is not simply the result of innovation. On the contrary, it is its foundation. It's the engine, it's the universal language that translates innovation, creativity into quantifiable value. Intangible assets represent today 90% of the value of businesses worldwide. And the value of intangible assets of corporations is approximately $80 trillion in 2024. In fact, the investment in intangible assets has grown 3 times faster than the investment in tangible assets within companies between 2008 and 2024. Now, when we talk about intangible assets, when we talk about innovation, there are many different assets, IP being one of them. And IP is always connected to innovation, and innovation is strongly connected to research and development. Well, in 2024, corporate research and development expenditure stood at almost 1.3 trillion US dollars. And what is kind of more interesting and somehow positive is that R&D intensive firms experience between 15 to 20% higher increase in operating margins over the last 5 years compared to those who are not R&D intensive. So basically, when we're investing in research and development, we're promoting sustainable competitiveness, we're supporting innovation leadership, and we're transitioning to high-value economic models. And of course, China is definitely an innovation powerhouse. China continues to lead in IP and in the global innovation ecosystem. Today, and according to a recent report from WIPO, China is home to 24 of the top 100 science and technology clusters worldwide. And just in 2024, China research and development expenditure surpassed 3.6 trillion yuan, ranking number 2 in the world. Investments in the high-tech industry grew by 8% year-on-year in 2024, and the number of R&D personnel tops the world in China, from China, surpassing 7.24 million just in 2023. And of course, Huawei has a big role in that and a big responsibility. Huawei is definitely a global example of this transition. Huawei holds over 150,000 active patents worldwide and is the largest PCT filer for 8 consecutive years. But also, through active licensing, Huawei has signed over 230 patent license agreements with major ICT companies. So I really would like to thank Huawei for its leadership, for making the world better, for providing better tools and devices to the consumers, and also would like to take this opportunity to congratulate Huawei IP department for its 30th anniversary. With this, I wish you all a great forum. I hope to see as many of you as possible very soon, and hopefully during INTA's annual meeting that will take place in London, May 2nd to the 6th of 2026. Thank you so much. 谢谢.
As mentioned there by Etienne, IP is not simply the result of innovation, but rather it is the foundation that translates innovation into quantifiable value. To help us understand more on the topic of the value of innovation to industry, please welcome our second keynote speaker, President-elect of the Licensing Executive Society International, Wang Ningling.
Dear Dr. Song, Mr. Tang, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. First, I would like to thank the organizing committee of Huawei for the kind invitation. It's my great honor and pleasure to be here today. On behalf of Licensing Executive Society International, LESI, I want to congratulate Huawei for holding the Innovation and IP Forum on Advancing Innovation with Openness. Founded in 1973 in San Francisco, California, LESI is an international professional organization engaged in research and development of intellectual property operation, international technology transfer, licensing, and commercialization of intellectual property. We currently have 33 national and regional societies covering more than 90 countries, with more than 6,500 members. We are advancing business of intellectual property globally. Specifically, we support a global, collaborative, and generous community that drives the commercialization of intellectual property. We bring creativity and innovation to market to improve lives around the world. We are business leaders, intellectual property managers, financiers, and licensing executives. We are experts in the legal, valuation, protection, commercialization, and enforcement of intellectual property. LESI is the go-to global community for professionals commercializing intellectual assets across industries. We connect people, local to global, industries and expertise, creativity and innovation. We create opportunities. Our thought leadership program focuses on global hot topics and provides expert advice on standard essential patents, international licensing, life science, artificial intelligence, green and sustainable technologies, medical device, automotives, mediation and arbitration, litigation strategies before the Unified Patent Court in Europe, and more. Our annual conference will be held in Dublin, Ireland at the end of April 2026 with the theme, Innovation to Impact, IP as an International Growth Engine. If you have time, you are so welcome to join us. LES China is an important member of the LESI family. LES China was established in Beijing in April 1986 by the China Council for the Promotion of International Trade and approved by the State Council. In recent years, LES China has established corporate membership to attract innovative Chinese companies and foreign companies doing business in China to join the LESI family. We're very proud to say Huawei is a leading corporate member of LES China. LES China has established a platform for Chinese and foreign enterprises to discuss on issues of IP protection, enforcement, and commercialization with friendly communication mechanisms and channels. In 2028, LES China is going to host LESI annual conference in Shenzhen, China. I'm pleased to let you know that LES China's president, Mr. Yuan Shaohui, is also here today with us. Shaohui, do you want to stand? Yeah. In today's challenging world with severe geopolitical tension, LESI and LES China will continue to uphold the belief that innovation is without borders, and effective global intellectual property management will promote the common development of mankind. We rely on the professional knowledge and experience of our members, such as Huawei, to build a sustainable intellectual property commercialization ecosystem. At the same time, it helps Chinese enterprises to better protect and transform scientific and technological achievements with high-quality intellectual property rights, so that intellectual property rights can truly empower the development of new quality productivity. Innovation flourishes in an environment where collaboration and openness are prioritized. When organizations, industries, and nations share insights, technologies, and expertise, we advance more swiftly and effectively. Today, we gather here, witnessing Huawei's steadfast commitment to innovation and openness by emerging with international partners, leading academic institutions and research organizations. Through the sharing of technological expertise, Huawei cultivates an ecosystem that encourages entrepreneurship, accelerates research, and delivers tangible solutions to pressing challenges. As we confront global challenges, ranging from digital transformation to sustainability and inclusive access to technology, we believe collaboration with openness in innovation is the path forward. By reducing barriers, cultivating trust, and embracing broad participation, we can unlock new opportunities and drive economic and societal growth. I encourage industry leaders, policymakers, researchers, and entrepreneurs to foster collaboration, to share knowledge generously, and to practice responsible licensing. By building bridges rather than walls, we lay the groundwork for a future defined by shared success. Together, we're not only shaping the future, but expanding the realm of possibility for all. Finally, I wish great success of Huawei's Forum on Advancing Innovation with Openness. Thank you.
Thank you to Wang Ningling. The clear message there on the role that IP and open collaboration play in shared success leads us very nicely into our next section, which is all about success. It's time for the exclusive release of Huawei's 6th edition of its top 10 inventions. To introduce them, along with some of the inventors, please welcome the head of Huawei's Intellectual Property Rights Department, Alan Fan.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the company, it's my great pleasure to present the winners of Huawei's 6th Top 10 Inventions Award. Our Top 10 Inventions is most prestigious award for Huawei's global R&D team. There are a community of more than 100,000 engineers and scientists, and perhaps the most well-regarded R&D team in the ICT sector. Over the past 10 years, we've invested more than $173 billion in R&D, and we've made our fair share of technological breakthroughs. But the breakthrough alone does not warrant a Top 10 Invention Award. To win this biannual award, an invention has to go through a rigorous 4-step process. First, it has to be nominated by the company's top technical committee based on its technological and commercial value. Second, our IP department challenges the invention, analyzing its degree of novelty based against all known priors. Third, the Corporate Patent Review Board holds a 2-day hearing, and in this hearing, a representative inventor presents and defends each of the invention nominee, and then the board votes. And finally, the voting results will have to be confirmed by the company's top-level engineering and scientific committees. It's a difficult and demanding process, and I'd like to take a moment to commend everyone who took part. And now, it's my great honor to announce our top 10 inventions. Number 10, Ultra Chroma camera. Making its debut on the Huawei Mate 70 series, the Ultra Chroma camera was a major highlight for consumers, receiving widespread acclaim. The Ultra Chroma camera uses an innovative multi-spectral array architecture for color processing, which have redefined the color reproduction for mobile photography. It truly delivers a what you see is what you get experience. And number 9, fifth generation fixed network advanced, F5GA, 50G PON technology. The 50G PON is the next generation of optical access network technology, a major step towards ultra broadband speeds. For the first time, our engineers introduced the digital signal processing to passive optical networks, allowing the access network to overcome distortion challenges with high-speed optical signal transmission. Using an innovative system architecture and advanced optoelectronic design, we have built a high-performance, cost-efficient, and reliable 50G PON system. It is the first to be commercially deployed in our industry and will drive the next evolution of broadband. Number 8, ascent-aware inference acceleration via mathematical innovation. Boosting the performance of an AI model doesn't only come from hardware power, but also from innovations in math. In short, this invention uses math to complement physics, optimizing algorithms and operators for Huawei's Ascent chips. It unlocks the full potential of Ascent computing, achieving 3 to 9 times faster inference performance for large language models. And number 7, a new paradigm for assisted driving. This invention enables assisted driving by integrating real-time environmental perception with standard map information. It reconstructs the road structures and detects obstacles dynamically, enabling vehicles to understand the road, recognize its surroundings, and drive in a human-like way. Whether on highways or city streets, it delivers a safer and more intelligent driving experience. And number 6, GigaGreen RAN. GigaGreen RAN is next-generation ultra-broadband multi-channel radio access network technology. It's extremely energy efficient. It delivers 30% better energy efficiency, 30% reduction of radio size and weight, and a 10% improvement in broadband amplifier performance. In the early deployment, it is estimated electricity savings for our carrier customer will amount to $700 million over 10 years. The GigaGreen radio technology also won the 2025 GSMA Global Award for the best mobile network infrastructure. Number 5, high capacity and performance SSD. This invention needs no introduction from me because we have the prestige today of having a lead inventor to introduce it in person. Let's welcome Dr. Zhang Ji.
So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ji Zhang, and I'm the chief expert of the Huawei data storage medium application. So today is my honor to be here to introduce our latest invention to you. So it's Huawei's next generation SSD with ultra high capacity and performance. So in the age of the AI, so we are witnessing an explosive growth in data volume and longer data retention and period and challenges in the data storage capacity. It's making it difficult to accommodate massive data. So for instance, the required retention period of the data has increased from 7 years to more than 40 years. So and the volume of the data analysis and processing has surged from 2 gigabytes to more than 100 gigabytes. And also, we all know the AI applications and accelerating the transformation of the cold data into the warm and hot. So the storage system performance his bottlenecks. So the number of the tokens also used in the multi-step inferenced by the AI agent has also grown from the billions to the hundreds of billions. And end-to-end inference latencies reaches the several minutes, so which degrades the user's experience. So SSD as the primary medium for our data storage system faces even greater demands. So the next generation SSD must achieve lower and higher capacity and lower latency, higher performance, and greater reliability, breaking through the memory wall on the top and also the capacity wall at the bottom. So the Huawei's next generation SSDs with integrated innovations across the chip and packaging, storage, and algorithm achieve the largest single disk capacity, highest performance, and reliability. So in terms of the capacity, the die on board high-density packaging module design connects the NAND flash directly to the PCB board. So compared with the conventional SSDs, Huawei's next generation SSDs offers higher capacity density, and also faster data transfer speed. So by innovation algorithm that combined with the SSD, with the system space organization, so we can provide additional 12.5% capacity for our customers. So actually, these ideas come with my team, along with some professors in Switzerland. So we talked about with the mobile phone, computers, and other storage devices. So has around 10% of their storage space that the user can't use. So which is even higher for our commercial storage system. So why can't we can give back this space to our customer? So just like squeezing water from the sponge, right? So can we make it better use of it? So why should we reserve the space be fixed rather than dynamic or adaptive? So, so we developed this system collaborative space management algorithm that actually predicts the AI application load, so leading to better data distribution within SSD. And also, it also allows the coordinated flow of the reserved space between the SSD and the system. So breaking down the physical barrier and between them. So this ensures the optimal system performance while increasing additional capacity for our customer. So in terms of the reliability, so our next generation SSD introduced the watertight compartment technology, so by managing fault domains at the die level, so system can operate seamlessly in the event of the NAND failures. Additionally, we adopt an architecture to separate the SSD controller board and the storage medium part, so achieving a more complexible replacement of the controller board in case of the non-medium failures, and also achieving rapid data reconstruction. So in terms of the performance, we converge the network, storage, and compute, significantly enhancing the main control chip's performance. Through the AI acceleration by storage, so we achieved a 2.7 times improvement in AI inference tokens per second. So also, everyone knows the Mogao caves in Dunhuang are treasures of the ancient Chinese civilization. So earlier of this year, so I visited that and saw how 45,000 square meters of the murals in the museum are stored or preserved by our storage system. So at that moment, I'm deeply moved. So realizing for the first time just how important my work is. So the history of the human civilization is the story of evolving methods for storing and sharing the informations now. So while many hold that the future belongs to AI, so I believe it truly belongs to the data, the age of the data, so and by extension, the age of the storage. So at Huawei Data Storage, we will continue to innovate and delivering top-tier data storage system solutions to unlock the value of the data, so advance digital civilization and empower various industries to thrive in the data era. Okay, so furthermore, I'm convinced that advancements in the data storage technology will enhance the preservation of the human heritage, safeguarding our memories and historical records. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Zhang, and I'm sure the video taken today will be stored somewhere in the SSD invented by him. And now back to the list. Number 4, short-range optical interconnection. The optical interconnects for AI computing are among the most complex engineering challenges in the world, and Huawei engineers have achieved a major breakthrough. Our engineers developed a new integration architecture combining the light source and the silicon photonics, resolving the long-standing trade-off between stress and signal loss. And this invention advances reliability, reduces latency and power consumption, and lays the foundation for high-speed, highly reliable, energy-efficient computing clusters and data centers. And number 3, new form factors for foldables. Through this cross-disciplinary innovation, Huawei has made the trifold smartphone and a foldable screen laptop a reality, a mission once thought impossible. Our talented engineers have achieved a true 0-to-1 breakthrough. A trifold phone embeds both inward and outward foldability, a tablet that fits in your pocket. And the foldable laptop features our signature water drop hinge, immersive large display, and lightweight design, bringing users a brand new experience. The trifold phone was one of the best inventions of 2024, named by Time magazine, and the foldable laptop helped Huawei earn Time's 2025 Most Influential Company recognition. And number 2, HarmonyOS full-stack architectural innovation. In 2025, HarmonyOS 5 has attracted 23 million users. And just 3 weeks ago, HarmonyOS 6 was released. And now let's welcome Sun Jie, Huawei's chief researcher for optimization and control theory, to introduce some of the new magic they are bringing to the HarmonyOS. Please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sun Jie. I come from Huawei. I'm a scientist. In fact, when I was growing up, I was always fascinated by effects like the butterfly effect, the three-body problems. And so when I was going to college and doing my PhD afterwards, I decided to study chaos theory and dynamical systems. These are systems that always change over time, which led me to actually study, this very complex operating system and how we can model them and optimize their behavior. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you some of the design principles that we have been able to achieve under this full-stack architecture innovation, which brought in very fluid and secure user behavior. So let me start by reviewing some numbers. You can see just about 13 months ago, HarmonyOS, which is the operating system we have for phones, tablets, smartwatches, and so on and so forth, that was released. And now it has already over 23 million users. So this is actually the fastest growing operating system on Edge. Just a while ago, OS 6 was also released. It actually brought in another major set of innovations and upgrades. Among those many features you can see on your phone, 2 actually are quite essential. These are about smoothness and security, because these are fundamental to a lot of the other features you can add on top of those. In terms of smoothness, we actually are able to achieve an astonishing 40% improvement when you use your phone. It makes you feel more fluid, the interactions are not lagging. And when it comes to security, the OS we have now gives user an enhanced granular control over what can and cannot be shared or accessed. So in fact, in order to create a very fluid experience, we actually had to rethink a lot about how resources are managed in an operating system. The reason is that usually when you open an app, the apps always have a limited scope of resources they can access, like compute, threads, memory. So when they are undersupplied, they usually get a lagging experience. Your phone is not responsive, and so on and so forth. So in order to solve this problem, we actually decided to design a shared resource pool and a central controller that can see and decide how to best allocate resources. So the result is this ARC engine. It is actually indeed powered by a set of mathematical optimization techniques, which includes essentially two parts. The first part is what we call a modeling part. This part helps us to abstract the system and user behavior into a set of mathematical equations. Then the second part treats those equations, and we design algorithms, solve those equations in order to decide which apps get what resources and when, based on user needs. Let me flip. This actually sounds quite easy, right? But from a scientific point of view, it's actually pretty difficult. Why is that? It's actually because if you think about the way we interact with our system, it forms what we call a complex dynamical system. One system that is very high-dimensional, nonlinear, and extremely random. For instance, if you are just using your phone for like 90 minutes, which is actually shorter than the forum we are running today, the decisions your systems have to make about where to move what resource, it's like navigating a universe of interacting particles that are constantly moving around. Or it's like sailing against turbulence, but trying to reach your destination very fast and cost effectively. That's the challenge we are dealing with. So actually next, let me show you some examples that are more common and to show you how we actually are able to solve those challenging problems. So one principle we follow a lot is what we call dynamic scheduling of computing tasks. You can actually think of computing tasks like people taking elevators in a very busy office building. If we are able to predict traffic patterns during peak hours and very smartly adjust the elevator's priorities in real time, this actually can lead to very reduced waiting times. Another principle we actually use a lot is what we call memory-boosted computing. The key idea is to dynamically control what content can be preloaded into or offloaded out of memory, which helps a lot to reduce the input and output overheads. You can actually think of the parking lot in a crowded mall. So instead of doing a first come, first serve service, we dynamically allocate the spots based on who needs to go where and when. So this actually greatly improves the overall system efficiency. These principles, together with many others, allow HarmonyOS to run very fluidly, no matter how complex the user behaves. I want to also say, in addition to this very fluid experience, another major innovation we achieved with HarmonyOS is how it protects user privacy. The very new HarmonyOS security architecture completely redefines security from the kernel all the way to the application ecosystem. The result is a very clean and safe system featuring incredibly precise user control over privacy and personal data. In the next slide, I'm going to actually share some more details. So again, in addition to this very granular control over which files each app can access on your phone, you can also maintain privacy controls over files even after they leave your device, which is actually quite new and very useful. Our system-level encrypted sharing function allows users to do things like prevent screenshots or forwarding of private files, as long as you are within this HarmonyOS ecosystem. So to conclude, all in all, HarmonyOS is now smoother and more secure than ever before. I actually here would like to invite you to actually give it a try. We look forward to working with developers around the world to bring more innovative features to this exciting and fantastic operating system. Thank you.
All right. Thank you and congratulations. Finally, the first prize. The first prize of of 6 Huawei's top 10 inventions goes to the scale-up, ultra-large-scale superport computing platform. Now, let's welcome Dr. Sun, our Chief Computing Software Architect, representative of inventor Fellowship for the Scale Up Supercomputing Platform to present their invention. Please, Mr. Sun Hongwei.
Good afternoon. I'm very honored to be here. I'm from Huawei's computing product line, and I'm a software architect. My name is Sun Hongwei. A great honor for me to introduce to you the scale-up ultra-large-scale superpod computing platform. The development of this product coincided with my career. We worked on making breakthroughs with this product last year at one of Huawei's offices, and now the inference performance is at its best. So my recent years of efforts worked solely focused on this product. So let me introduce this system to you. This is a scale-up system. We're able to roll out this product, and it has become the key highlight of 2025 WAIC. This product is called Ascend 384 SuperPod. So 384 chipsets are connected through high-speed buses. It's not easy to do this. So what is a scale-up system? I can give you one example. Assume that you are building houses. The land area is limited, so the number of houses you can build is limited. So the scale-up is to build a high-rise building. In the computing field, scale-up refers to vertical expansion. And a high-rise building can accommodate more people. And this is similar to making an express vehicle larger, so that couriers can deliver more items at a time. So a scale-up system can be compared to building a vertically expanded system, which enhances the capability of a single node. Up until now, our system is still the largest in the world. So first of all, to build the system, we need to design a good architecture, and we have a patent to protect our architecture. It's a peer-to-peer, full mesh, distributed, and dynamically composed architecture where everything can be pooled. It breaks the boundary of a single node and implements on-demand dynamic resource configuration and memory semantic access between supernodes. Everything can be pooled. Traditional nodes can be compared to villas with their own garages. However, this feature means that all the garages are pooled and shared. And this means that single-node computing resources are now pooled together. And NPUs, CPUs, DPUs, memory, and switches, and also external storage devices can be pooled together. After that, they can be semantic, and they can be symmetrical. In the past, all the data processing can only be done through CPUs, but now with pooled resources, the connectivity is peer-to-peer. And more importantly, our resources can be dynamically composed, meaning that resources can be combined to meet different task requirements based on the specific tasks. For example, to train AI models, then we can allocate more NPUs. If the task is to process massive data, then more CPUs are required and allocated. And if it's I/O intensive, then more DPUs are allocated.
So this dynamically composed architecture can turn the resources into a scale-up system that can lay a foundation for integrate hundreds, thousands, or tens of thousands of XPUs. And now the system is 384 supernodes. It will also support the development of 8,000, 15,000, and even larger supernodes of Huawei in the future. To build the system from scratch, we also need the support of software, hardware, and joint innovation between the two. The first one is the communication between traditional nodes. In supernodes, we can use memory semantic communication. For example, to send a message in the past, we need to write a letter and then wrap it in an envelope and deliver it. So that's communication. But now we can have video conference. We can directly look at the screen. So memory semantic communication is like a conference call, and it's as fast as seeing each other in a conference call. And this increases efficiency by an order of magnitude. And moreover, computing and communication can be converged. Now, after computing, since it's memory semantic communication, then we can use memory semantics to converge the two. And this reduces the allocation of operators and the static latency and other overheads. And that's why we have been able to improve the efficiency. And then when it comes to hardware engineering, how can we improve reliability? I will still take the example of building houses. We want to build high-rise buildings. Reliability is critical. In 384 super nodes, we have over 7,000 optical modules and over 3,000 optical cables to connect them. And any issue may cause disastrous consequences. So we use ODSP technology. With this technology, we can achieve remote detection. And moreover, multiple modules can be detected together. Over 7,000 modules can be detected within 7 minutes. So this high reliability can be attributed to Huawei's reliability experience in the CT and IT domain over the years, and to our innovation. And another foundation is power supply. Electricity is the be-all and end-all of computing resources. In the training of large models, there are peaks and troughs. The same could also be said about power supply. With our technology, we have installed something like a power bank. Charging is done at idle time, and the power bank is used at peak time. And it can supply 100 kilowatt power explosively. And another critical part is KV cache compression. KV cache is a big amount of data. The efficient storage of it requires efficient compression algorithms and efficient search of KV cache. And this drives up the efficiency. So system architecture, hardware architecture, software, innovation, and optimization have been achieved in building up this scale-up platform. And it is a result of the concerted efforts of different teams at Huawei. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Dr. Sun. I voted for you. And congratulations to all of our top 10 inventions team. All of these inventions we announced today took incredible amount of work from incredible group of people. And knowing Huawei's R&D team, I know the innovations will just keep on coming. It is important to note that all of our top 10 inventions have been or will be published through patenting. Every year since 2009, Huawei publishes more than 10,000 new inventions, which all become shared knowledge of mankind. But we don't just stop at publishing technologies. We also create and promote tools to help the industry and academia better accessing them. Now, let me give the stage back to Don, who will introduce the speakers for our next session.
Thank you to Alan Fan, Zhang Ji, Sun Jie, and Sun Hongwei. I think we can all agree that was a truly inspiring insight into the genius and the clear dedication that is behind some of those latest top inventions. We shift focus now to the importance of patents and papers. Huawei ChasPark is a platform designed to facilitate global academic and technical exchanges, which last year launched the ChasPark patent feature, bringing global patents to users' fingertips. Today, we are honored to be joined by the president of ChasPark, so please give a warm round of applause to Zhang Chunying. Thank you. So, next we dive deeper into ChasPark patent with AI search and AI abstract, along with presentations from guests on the value of patents and papers to the public. So please welcome the head of Huawei's AI and Cloud Technology IPR department, Cheng Shun.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure to have this opportunity to share with you the features of CHAS patent. To provide convenient patent info for global researchers, ChasPark launched ChasPark patents on its website last year. Since launch, with easy login and simple yet comprehensive features, it has helped researchers break into barriers and quickly access needed patent data. It covers over 200 million patent documents from 170 countries or regions worldwide, available for search, reading, and download. In the past year, we received over 2 million visits and upgraded from traditional to intelligent search. ChasPark Patents is a patent info platform for researchers. Simplicity and ease of use are our core design ideas. We aim to help users search and read patents more easily. We handle the complex business logic, delivering a simple experience to users. First, on the search page, mixed searches for applicant, document number, technical terms are supported. Let's demo in English. Enter Huawei Cluster Computing. ChasPark Patents returns Huawei's computing cluster patents so that researchers don't need to learn search term rules. Zero entry barrier. Post-search, retrieved patent list offers filters by applicant, inventor, recent publications. Users can quickly access latest tech from top firms and inventors. Patent detail page, keywords highlighted, dual view design, left specification, right basic info, drawings, and claims. Independent scrolling for easy comparison. We prioritize patent texts in your current language. For example, English interface shows Huawei's English patent family first. Global section offers other language access. Viewing drawings, you can click to zoom in, rotate independently. Building on above search functions, CHAS Patent adds 3 new smart features this year, taking search to a smarter level. They are semantic search, accurate long text matching, one-click AI summaries, and related patent recommendations. Semantic search, no keyword limits, long text, technical docs supported, accurate matching. Also, on mobile devices, users can scan QR code to log into Charles Patent's WeChat official account. You can search global patents in Chinese or English. Easy mobile reading supported. Search results and patent details page. You can click button for easy to understand AI summary to grasp patent core fast. We can provide both long and short AI summary, and there's no need for manual search terms. And we already provide the AI summary features for Chinese, and the AI summary feature for English will be available soon. So if the user is interested in a certain patent, there's no need to manually to enter manual search terms. Well, you can click related patents for smart recommendations. Same field, similar technical problems. So you'll have easy access to related technologies. That's all for Charles patents, and you're welcome to use them. So today, we're also honored to have leading firms with us. Let me give the floor to Mr. Zhu Yali, General Manager from PatSnap China. Respected Dr. Song, respected guests, good afternoon. It's my honor to be here to join Huawei's forum, and I'm very excited to see the top 10 inventions from Huawei. So innovation is the mission of everyone, and IP is the key to the door of innovation. Over the past 18 years of our company's development, we've been focused on innovation and creation. So we're committed to providing services to innovative firms. We're now serving over 10,000 users, and also we offer solutions to them. So these are our customers. They're from various industries. So in total, we're covering over 60 sectors. We cover SOEs, China's top firms, industrial chain, as well as innovation ecosystem, such as government agencies and universities and research institutes. And each year, we conduct a user survey, and we release our white paper each year. In this year's report, we strongly feel several key information or key needs from the users. This is the first year that we see that the users take the patent information as the #1 key information they need for their innovation. And over 60% of the users choose AI plus IPR as their key productive element. And this number last year was only 35%, and this year this number is already over 60%. Over the past year, we strongly feel that people are working on one same thing. which is using AI plus IPR, so that they are enabled by these relevant technologies to make more innovations. And they all embrace AI to explore the values from IPRs. And during this process, we've been exploring how to bring more values to our users. We're deeply involved in the technology support and service for trans-patent. Over the past year, we feel that technical innovation, there should be solutions to address the last mile for technical innovation. We're in the era of knowledge explosion. There are a lot of innovations and ideas, but what's difficult for most technology firms is that how to find the best implementation method, and also how to find the right implementation techniques and engineering methods to implement those ideas. So we need to figure out how to address the last mile issue for technical innovation. For our company, we have accumulated a lot of practices and method in terms of how to address the last mile issue. And we believe that we need to focus on the 4 aspects. First, data. We need to have the full set of data. We need to know what are the technical changes. We need to understand the technical trends. And behind data, patent data is really valuable. We have over 220 million entries of patent data, and also we have a lot of financial information of the various companies so that we can build the big data foundation for users so that they can gain insight into the technical changes and developments. So that's the first key capability. Second, business info. In different business areas, people are making attempts. Some companies, they're making breakthroughs in new areas. Some companies, they're going global. They need to mitigate risks. Some companies, they're moving from traditional areas to new areas. So the underlying business information logic will vary from company to company. Therefore, all the data elements need to be correlated based on business logic so as that the business information can be used to enable the implementation of business strategy. Number 3, that's the professional knowledge. Industrial chain, different companies, they are in different phases of their development. They would need a different knowledge structure and knowledge bases. So for different sectors like pharmaceutical, life science, new energy cars, and wireless communications, we build different knowledge platforms. And public data is only tip of the iceberg. And also, we need to combine or leverage the fragmented data and information so as to formulate a more professional knowledge platform. Number 4, we now have knowledge, info, and data. We have these 3 layers. With these 3 layers, we're more capable to build AI agents. In R&D area, we provide over 30 AI agents covering technical project initiation, collaboration, and knowledge transfer, covering the full life cycle of patent and engineering. Next, I will give you two cases. So in the area of patent, I want to focus on AI agent. Traditionally, in terms of patent search, we need to be able to identify whether there is any similarity with existing technologies. Second, we should make a comparison between features and characteristics. Even for a small engineering invention, it will have very complex features. It will involve a lot of areas. Therefore, we need to be able to compare, identify the features. And also, we should be able to determine the novelty and creativity of the patent. AI can help us a lot in these areas. We can leverage AI to address the search problem. Based on our accumulated information, we can extract features and compare features. With the help of AI, we can offer better help to the professionals. And also, we can leverage AI's semantic capability to accurately understand the meaning. So that very quickly, we're able to generate the report, the search report. In the past, we needed to take weeks to generate the report. But nowadays, within an hour, we can generate the report from AI. So AI agent has unleashed the potential of our productivity. And AI agent help us improve the efficiency a lot. Let's look at another example concerning R&D innovation. This company is a top consumer electronics company. They are in a market with fierce competition. They have both domestic market and global market. The traditional way of collecting information is very time-consuming. So we help them with the use of three agents. One is that based on big data, we can help them gain insight into technical changes so that we can define personalized R&D intelligence report for each R&D engineer. So that's the use of the first AI agent. Second, that's about professional knowledge. Different product lines, they have a different knowledge structure. So based on our knowledge graph, plus R&D people's fragmented knowledge, we build a new knowledge platform. And we promoted the use of AI agent. The traditional method cannot accurately address the questions of R&D people, but with the new type of knowledge platform, we're able to respond to their concerns and questions very quickly, so that we're able to pull up their awareness and knowledge, and their capability can be upgraded to the next level. Another thing is the R&D consulting service. We provide the AI agent for that, for specific questions or issues. We can very quickly provide solutions containing engineering suggestions so that we can effectively enable the company to cover the entire life cycle of R&D. Our solution is very effective. And their R&D efficiency was improved by over 80%. And also their R&D efficiency was improved a lot, over 4 times. and their R&D time was reduced by 80%. So as you can see, we're shifting from tool-centric to outcome-centric logic. We firmly believe that with the joint efforts, we will be committed to creating value for customers and bridging the last mile. And I believe that through our efforts, we're able to make a better world. Thank you all. Thank you, Mr. Zhu Li. PassNav is also our long-term partner, and we're also very honored to have Clarivate with us. Let's give the floor to Dr. Wang Qi, Asia Pacific Director from Clarivate. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It's my great honor to present to you the other aspect of TechInfo, which is about unleashing the value of scientific literature. I'm from Clarivate. We are a partner closely connected to the global innovation ecosystem. We leverage our data and information as well as services to provide scientific information solutions for innovation partners. And Clarivate feels that Gen AI is reshaping the economy. So we share this same observation with a lot of our partners. Gen AI is changing everything, including economy, industries, and lives. So innovation is facing greater challenges in the era of deep technology. There are 4 aspects concerning those challenges, such as underlying technology. Now it is more demanding for people to have good judgment on the underlying technology. And you need to select the right technology direction forward. And you should be able to quickly transfer from foundational research to application research. Second, in the era of deep technology, we need to acquire more high-end talents. We need to address the challenges concerning competitive market and capital investment. Today, I will focus on technical info. So I'll focus on the underlying technology related to that. So our suggestion is that facing these challenges, technology-wise, we can break through innovation blockages with the mining of literature. Through accurate mining, we can identify the information we need. And through deep analysis of literature, the fragmented information can be turned into the solutions where we can continue to work on. So there are 4 aspects that I can discuss with you. First of all, for innovators, we need to find high-level research outcomes and achievements. And also, we need to dynamically monitor the research frontiers. We should be able to capture the dynamic research frontiers. Number 3, we need to form a high-efficiency cooperation network. Lastly, we should realize precise technology transform very quickly. So Clarivate has built this citation network in Web of Science. All the important journals and citations were analyzed for the important literatures and papers with the top 1% citation. These are highly influential papers. We identify these papers, and also we identify the hot literatures. By doing so, we are able to identify the valuable research findings. For example, in the 6G area, when it comes to the terahertz frequency propagation, we are able to identify the valuable research findings. And also through the citation network, we can identify latest research achievements. By leveraging AI, we can incorporate AI into web citation network. We can leverage AI to help us summarize the as-is situation of the research in a certain area. So AI can help us generate this review, and also we can leverage AI to generate the knowledge graph. The knowledge graph can cover all the relevant research topics, and they can be correlated so that the knowledge network is formulated. It can serve as the direction to guide our future research. And also, we need to dynamically monitor the research frontiers. On top of citation network, we have come up with this research horizon navigator so that we can quickly identify highly relevant research papers, and based on their published dates and their citation and reference, so that we can quickly identify what are the promising technical research directions. Let me take terahertz as an example. Through the correlation analysis, we can identify the promising frontiers, such as high energy efficiency direction. Number 3, we will work with a lot of collaboration partners. So the collaboration and cooperation need to be highly efficient. And we can, based on our analysis of citation numbers, to come up with this high efficiency cooperation network. So we can put together all the collaboration partners to conduct the SWOT analysis. The first quadrant shows the partners whose influences have been improved through cooperation. And the third quadrant, the partners in the third quadrant need to improve their cooperation influence. And number 4, we need to focus on precise technology transformation, meaning that the foundational research achievements need to be transformed to commercialization projects. we leverage the correlation between research papers and the patents to enable this transformation. Through the correlation analysis, we can find that, for example, here, this is a paper on the gesture recognition. A research team from Google has cited from this paper. So this citation represents the correlation between this paper and patent. Through this kind of citation or correlation analysis, we can identify the promising commercial technologies. And also, we can expand into those promising areas. So that's all from me. And I have shared with you our mature cases and solutions for your reference. Thank you.
Thank you to Chen Xun and Dr. Wang Qi. Heading into the final segment of today's event, it's time to take a look at the tangible impact of standard essential patents and patent pools, including guest keynotes on contributions to Wi-Fi and cellular standards. But first, for a keynote spotlighting Huawei's contributions to IPR, please welcome back to the stage the head of Huawei's Intellectual Property Rights Department, Alan Fan.
Every year, we come together to share Huawei's progress in innovation from the perspective of IP professionals. This year, we pushed the event to November, not only to hold out for Beijing's beautiful autumn, but also for the amazing AI features we added to CHASSPARK patent. The CHASSPARK patent is our department's first social responsibility project, which aims at facilitating technology sharing and support innovation. And importantly, it's free of charge and funded with the company patent license revenue. The Huawei IP department was founded in 1995, so CHASSPARK patent is also our department's 30 years anniversary gift. We hope the college students and small businesses who can't afford professional patent search tools will find CHASSPARK patent useful. And we've done a lot more than that. With more than $25 billion invested in R&D, we were the 6th largest company for R&D expenditure in 2024, according to the EU Industrial R&D Investment Scoreboard. From the HarmonyOS 6 operating system to the powerful Atlas 950 SuperPort, our R&D teams have never stopped bringing us exciting news. These state-of-the-art software and hardware products are mega engineering projects, but we do our best to make them accessible to all. Through open source, open hardware, public cloud services, millions of developers, partners, and customers around the world can build their own software and hardware products using Huawei's technologies. Openness significantly improved the efficiency and reduced the cost to use technology. In the past year, the source code for Open Harmony grew another 10 million lines, with submissions from Huawei and over 8,000 community contributors. OpenERLA exceeded 10 million installations, and we also launched a series of new open source and open hardware projects, such as the CAN computing framework, the Changjie programming language, and a unified bus hardware specifications. Our goal is to open up all developer tools and application supporting codes for our devices, cloud services, and computing systems. As always, we also open our technologies by filing patents, submitting standard contributions, and publishing academic papers. In 2024, we published almost 37,000 patent applications, a new record high. In addition to patents, we submitted about 10,000 technical contributions to standard setting organizations and published more than 1,000 academic papers. We continue to serve as a leading technology contributor in the ICT sector. And while open source ecosystems typically adopt royalty-free licenses, other ecosystems such as telecom standards usually rely on royalty-bearing licensing to incentivize innovators. as our contributions to cellular, Wi-Fi, and multimedia standards gain wider recognition by the industry, our patent license revenue has been growing steadily and reached a historical high of $630 million in 2024. As of last year, in the standard field, more than 2.7 billion 5G devices have been licensed under our patents, and in the Wi-Fi field, over 1.2 billion consumer electronic devices have been licensed under our patents. And in the multimedia, more than 3.2 billion multimedia devices has been licensed under our video codec patents. Patent licensing helps the industry jointly invest in standardization, and the licensing is often an industry collaboration itself. To enhance the licensing efficiency, Huawei works closely with licensing platforms to both license our patents and obtain licenses from other innovators. These platforms facilitate communication between licensors and licensees, help strike a value balance between innovators and implementers, and bolstering technology standardization. And today, we have distinguished guests from two most well-known licensing platforms, Cisvo and Avanci. First, let's welcome Mattia Fogliaco, President of Cisvo, to share with us his journey to intellectual property. Please, Mattia.
Hello. It's a true pleasure to be here today and to have seen the top 10 awards given to the innovations by Huawei this year. However, what if I would tell you that the most valuable infrastructure of the digital age, in my opinion, is something you cannot see? That invisible infrastructure, in my opinion, is Wi-Fi, and it is one of the largest economic engines on Earth. By the end of this year, Wi-Fi will have created nearly $5 trillion in value for the global economy, this year alone. And you heard it correctly. It is 5 trillion with a T. So let's think back what this means. It is more than the GDP of some of the world's largest countries. And if we think back at the 1990s, we think that Wi-Fi was a luxury, a novelty. And today, instead, it is absolutely impossible to imagine our lives without it. Every year, more than 20 billion devices rely on Wi-Fi to keep us informed, connected, and entertained. And each new generation of Wi-Fi technology grows more capable, thanks to the investments that are made in innovation by those companies contributing to the next generation technology. And behind this growth, there is a very long and complex process. The development of the new standard, for example, is a multi-year marathon. Take Wi-Fi 7. The standardization by IEEE began formally in May 2018 and finalized with the publication of the standard earlier this year. 7 years later, 7 years of hard work and development. Remarkably, the peak every time is a few years after the launch of a new process to create the new standard. But let me put it in context for you. And let's go back once again to the 90s. In 1999, an early version of Wi-Fi called 802.11b delivered throughput of up to 11 megabit per second. That was an absolute breakthrough at the time. And today, in 2025, IEEE approved and then published the last generation of Wi-Fi standard, that is Wi-Fi 7, 802.11be, which is a standard that is engineered for extremely high throughput, with modes well above 30 gigabit per second. And this increase is expressed in a factor that is not tens, not hundreds, is several thousands. And this is on top also alongside tightening other key parameters like latency. And I'm happy to report that much of this progress is built in Asia. Analysis of Wi-Fi 6 and 7 contributions, technical contributions to the standard, consistently place Asian innovators, with Huawei leading the charge among the top contributors to the Wi-Fi standard. This region does not just manufacture world-class devices. It authors the blueprint on which these devices run on. Asian innovators are at the heart of the standards that make Wi-Fi faster, more reliable, and more accessible for everyone. As an example, looking at technical contributions to the Wi-Fi 7 standardization, we find that Asian companies are accounting for 52% of the contributions submitted by the top 10 contributors, and those same companies account for 42% of the total contributions. But of course, with great progress driven by the standardization of Wi-Fi, comes also new challenges. As Wi-Fi has grown, so has the web of inventions contributed to the standardization process, with an increased participation to the standard to make each new generation of the technology a more powerful engine. The number of patents protecting such innovations has been growing too. And for companies that want to build the next great device, navigating this maze can be actually daunting, especially for smaller businesses and startups. So that is where patent pools come in. That is what my company does. You should think of a patent pool as a one-stop shop for innovation. Instead of knocking on dozens of doors to get permission to use the essential technology that has been developed by all these innovators contributing to the standards, companies can get what they need in one place with one single agreement at a fair and transparent price. Modern, well-run pools provide a one-stop license to complementary standard essential patents from multiple innovators. One agreement, one payment, one reporting obligation. Patent pools offer transparent, published terms that de-risk planning and level the playing field for standard patents for small companies, medium companies, and multinationals alike. Patent pools also increase market trust through patent lists and education, creating benchmarks that help prevent or resolve disputes. CISWEL, together with Huawei and other key innovators, has set up patent pools for Wi-Fi. Our aim is simple: cut transaction costs, raise predictability, and accelerate adoption, so that the research invested in 802.11 standard becomes everyday benefit for the industry, for the ecosystem, and for the society. This makes it easier for new ideas to flourish, for competition to thrive, and for the benefits of Wi-Fi to reach everyone faster and more safely. At CISWEL, we are proud to help make this possible. Our mission is simple. We power innovation. What I mean by this is that we strive to make innovation accessible, fair, and rewarding for all, so that the next time you connect to Wi-Fi, please, if you're at home, at work, or on the move, remember, you're tapping into a global engine of progress, powered by collaboration, ingenuity, and a shared belief that technology should serve everyone. And thanks to the work done by innovators, contributing to the standards and to the licensing solutions that we are building, that engine is only getting stronger. I would like to thank you for having me, in particular Alan and Dr. Song. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mattia. It's been a great pleasure to work with you and your team. Next, we will hear from Laurie Fitzgerald, the president of Avanci Vehicle. Welcome, Laurie. The stage is now yours.
Hello, ni hao. My name is Laurie Fitzgerald. I'm the president of Avanci Vehicle. And I'm very grateful to Huawei for the opportunity to speak here today. It's exciting to be surrounded by so much energy and innovation. Avanci operates joint patent licensing programs for connected vehicles and more. Today, I'm going to focus on our most established programs for 4G and 5G connected vehicles. but the benefits of joint licensing extend well beyond the automotive space. We are a global company. We have an office here in Beijing, my office in Ireland, also offices in Shenzhen, Tokyo, Seoul, and Dallas. Maintaining a global footprint is important for Avanci, and I think for all patent platforms and pools, because standardized technology is invented by companies all across the world, implemented by companies all across the world, and essential to standards that are used worldwide. A key feature of Avanci is that our licensing programs are global solutions with the same pricing and the same licensing terms applicable all around the world. Now, the passion and creativity that fuels technological process in the telecom and automotive industries is at the heart of our company. Over the past decade, we've seen cellular connectivity being incorporated into so many different types of vehicles, where it adds value not only for drivers and passengers, but also for the automakers who make and sell those vehicles. Cellular connectivity, for instance, plays a role in advanced driver assistance systems, which help improve safety with real-time hazard detection and swift decision-making. It also plays a role in promoting rapid autonomous driving development by enabling the transfer of training data to large models, which use that data to learn continuously and then better predict environmental changes over time. Real-time data collected through cellular connections opens the possibility for predictive maintenance so that problems with the vehicle can be addressed early, boosting reliability and safety. And connected services can create personalized driving experiences, from customized infotainment to in-vehicle payments to smart home features that are integrated directly into your vehicle. And those are just a few of the ways that cellular connectivity makes the driving experience more intuitive, enjoyable, and seamlessly integrated with the world around us. Now, the patented inventions essential for implementing these and other connected vehicles or other connected features in a vehicle are the inventions that Avanci licenses to the auto industry. And now that I've introduced how patented cellular technology brings value in the automotive space, I can explain how Avanci plays a role in connecting companies like Huawei that invent and own the rights to the patents and the automakers who need to license the patents for use in their connected vehicles and services. We believe that a simple and efficient licensing process is absolutely crucial to accelerate the smooth incorporation of cellular technology into connected products. And to create this simplicity and efficiency, we offer a one-stop licensing solution. You can think of us as a platform or as a bridge between patent holders on one side and the automakers on the other. Any company who owns a 5G or a 4G essential patent is eligible to join our licensing programs as a licensor. And any company that sells a 4G or a 5G connected vehicle is eligible to join as a licensee. And both the licensors and the licensees agree to a standard set of licensing terms and conditions agreed to by all of the platform participants. Today, more than 80 licensors participate in Avanci, and we've seen estimates that these companies together, which include Huawei, own the vast majority, around 90% of essential 4G and 5G patents worldwide. Together, they've declared more than 90,000 patent families comprising over 350,000 patents as essential or potentially essential to the 4G or the 5G standard. And through Avanci, these licensors receive a fair return on their investments, which funds continuing research and development without the time and expense that would be required to negotiate individually with dozens of potential licensees. And this, in turn, supports the continued innovation cycle at those companies and high-quality development within Huawei and other members of the telecom industry. Participation is now equally high on the licensee side of Avanci, More than 240 million connected vehicles sold by more than 130 automotive brands are covered by an Avanci vehicle license. This represents most of the connected vehicles on the roads around the world. Now, the automakers participating in Avanci have worldwide freedom to operate under the vast majority of patented 4G and 5G inventions that are essential for today's connected vehicles. And they don't need to invest the time or the expense of negotiating with many individual patent owners. And the high level of participation in Avanci by the telecom and the automotive industry is, in my view, affirmation that joint licensing solutions, especially when introduced early in the life cycle of a product and on terms that can be widely accepted by licensors and licensees, plays a key role in an open innovation system. By connecting stakeholders from all over the world, Avanci makes it easier for companies to invent and incorporate technologies that push the envelope. I want to thank Huawei for being a valued partner, supporting our mission to make patent licensing simpler and more harmonious, which in turn supports innovation on a global level. And thank you, Alan. Thank you, Dr. Fong and everyone that's here today for being such a great audience. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Laurie. I note when Avanci is successful, both licensors and licensees must be all successful. And coincidentally, Huawei is both a licensor and a licensee. And where we make more contributions to a technology, we receive a net licensing revenue. And where we benefit more from a technology, we pay royalties to other patent owners. As a major shareholder on both sides of the balance between the incentivizing innovation and promoting the application, Huawei advocates a balanced IPR policy. Our balancing philosophy is widely endorsed by the industry. As of today, 48 Fortune Global 500 companies have become Huawei's licensees, either directly or indirectly through patent pools. And the rules of intellectual property promotes R&D investment by awarding innovative companies with competitive advantage. In particular, standard essential patent licensing has strong economic implication. It helps bringing competitors together to develop technology standards, which is crucial to competition and make the industry thrive. By the end of 2024, Huawei has signed 233 patent license agreements, with 95% of our outbound licenses resulted from amicable negotiations or mediations. And we have pursued judicial reinforcement sparsely, viewing it as a last resort. In this regard, we're glad to see that the global IP protection system continues to grow stronger. Success in protecting our patents and trade secrets motivates our company to invest more in R&D. Long-term investment in innovation, backed by the utmost respect for intellectual property, has become the driving force behind Huawei's success, and also forms the cornerstone of our vision to build a fully connected, intelligent world. Looking forward, with stronger IP systems in China and globally, we are confident that our commitment to R&D and innovation will pave the way for a prosperous future. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy today's program.
Thanks once again to Alan Fan, also to Mattia Fogliaco and to Laurie Fitzgerald. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of today's forum. Thank you to all our keynote speakers, inventors, media, on-site and live stream guests for your participation. Please stay tuned to Huawei's global social media platforms for more information on those Huawei Top 10 inventions and the company's commitment to advancing innovation with openness. We look forward to seeing you all again next year and invite those here in Beijing to stay with us to continue conversations on IPR and, of course, enjoy the entertainment. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please return to the Grand Hall around 6 p.m. for a cocktail party. Thank you.